Thanks everybody, and to those who are watching this video. My name is Nicholas Johnson, and I currently work as an IT agent and consultant for a company known as Tata Consultancy Services, which is an IT consulting agency and a business solutions agency from all over the place, such as from India to many other parts of the world, employing more than 400,000 people alike and consulting with many different clients. In the meantime, I am an IT help desk agent for a third-party conglomerate whose names I cannot mention. Anyways, moving forward, I'll tell you a little bit more about me in the background sense of speak. Once again, I do work as an IT consultant. I have a master's degree in network security management as we speak. My education includes my own high school experiences, by which I went to Estill County High School in Irving, Kentucky, graduated in 2008. With a wonderful GPA, and then I continued my studies at Eastern Kentucky University, by which I have earned a bachelor's degree in network security and electronics in 2013, as well as an associate's in technology. Went on to get my master's in cybersecurity management, and I was also an intern at the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, helping out with a project management database. I was diagnosed with autism at age 4 back in 1994 from the doctors. They said not to expect much from me. I'm telling you now, they said not to expect anything from me. You have no idea how hard that was on my mother. But my mother, Rose Johnson, fought really hard to prove all of them wrong. She fought really hard to get me the early intervention that was needed, because she knew, regardless of the autism that I have, that I was going to learn like everybody else. And I'm doing this video today for Coach Ellen McMahan's adaptive physical fitness class. I will be talking about my own interests. I will be talking about my physical education experience, a few things and tidbits you ought to know about working with those with different abilities, how I've seen the world differently, and I'll even share with you my own workout routine system that I do. And I will also discuss some final thoughts at the end. Anyway, some of my interests include, but are not limited to, Jesus, God, hanging out with my friends, listening to various kinds of music. I like working out at the gym, of course. I like swimming. I like computers, technology, internet surfing, hiking, anything that involves thrills such as amusement parks. Kings Island was a good one. Video games, etc., etc. I'm pretty open-minded to most things. The subject I'd like to discuss with you for right now is definitely my physical education experience. First of all, let's start off with, middle school and high school. Those were just your average physical education classes that all of us had to take every day. Start off with your warm-ups of running across the gym, learning about your sports, that kind of thing. Nothing too unusual to it. Anyways, and also I went into an advanced PE class, by which we did nothing but play two-hand touch football. And we also did a lot of weightlifting, and also I joined the track team, by which I threw the shot put and discus, and if I could, I'd do those two field events again. So there's really not too much to say, but that's where I got inspired to start working out. And then later on, I went into advanced fitness swimming class, with Coach Ellen McMahan herself, and that's where she taught me everything, including how to swim. Though I gotta say, I'm pretty thankful for those lessons that were worth learning from good old Coach Ellen McMahan. And in addition, I also took another PHU 190 class with good old Hapkido Master Tim Roberts. He also taught me a lot of good, useful calisthenics exercises and martial art techniques that I still use to this day today. And also, I guess this could count for physical education experience, but I started a little self-taught program, by which we will discuss in greater detail in my gym segment video. And that's what we're going to cover later on. But overall, that just sums up my physical education experience. If you got any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. In this segment, we're going to talk about a few things and a few tidbits that I got for you when it comes to working with those with different abilities. Because if I understand correctly, y'all are going into the topic of autism. And I think it's time that I definitely share with you a few of my own tidbits and advice on when it comes to working with those with different abilities. Remember, the biggest tip is fitness may be daunting to some of those in the beginning. Because for a while when I was in middle school, it was kind of daunting to me and it was a new concept. It took me a while to become acquainted. So remember that the best thing to do is to encourage each student, motivate it, and help weave it into something they like to do. Because if you can get their interest, if you can pique their interest somehow by being there for that student or that individual with different abilities, it's really amazing what they can do. And at the same time, everybody's got different levels by which they can achieve things. Not everybody's going to be on the same level. You may have somebody with different abilities who can excel at working out. But I'd say try and challenge them a little bit. Or if you have somebody that's just barely getting into the field of working out, like I was my freshman year in track, give them something that they can achieve. The biggest thing is to be goal-oriented. What do they want to accomplish? What do they want to achieve? I don't know, maybe they want to achieve just going to a steady fit lifestyle. Maybe they want to achieve weight loss. They want to build muscle. What is it that you want them to achieve? And it's like when you're working with them, you want to walk alongside them figuratively. It's like a horse, if you want to think about it like that. A typical person who takes care of a horse, they don't walk in front of them, they don't walk behind them, they walk beside them. Because you want to show that you're alongside that person. And that would mean a lot to those with different abilities. The very important thing is to be patient. And that is the cardinal thing to be. Be patient. Not everybody's going to get it the first time. Not even some people will get it the 5th time. Maybe the 10th time. Heck, even the 99th time. I'm telling you. I always want to make sure you accommodate to their needs, because it's always better that you see something every day than it's better than nothing. Always remember that. Something is better than nothing. I'm an IT agent, and I'm extremely patient with my customers, as not everybody gets the world of technology. So I walk alongside my client, and I say, okay, look, maybe you don't understand the technological universe yet, and I'll explain it many times as you need, in different ways that they need. Those with special needs, those with different abilities, same thing. The biggest thing is patience when working with those with different abilities. That's the biggest takeaway I want you to have. Another thing we're going to dive into is, well, how do I see the world differently? It's a really good question, a really broad question to ask, because I see the world in a really unique way. I see it as one huge adventure, because when I grow up, I always grew up playing video games or watching adventure movies such as The Chronicles of Narnia, Pokemon, or even Bridge to Terabithia. And all those things had a common theme. It was more of an adventure fantasy thing, and those characters saw the world differently as well. In every common storyline or common video game, you start off with some main character leaving his parents' home to start their life. That's when you know the adventure truly begins. They will meet people along the way. They will meet, trials and tribulations. And they will meet allies along the way. Troubles will come, but the biggest thing to remember is that you got to fight through, no matter what you do. The way I've seen the world differently is like, if you mess something up in life, when it comes to like a video game, you can always start the whole level over and do it differently. If you get stuck on something, just keep trying and trying to do everything. Because that's the way I've always seen life. You got people who will always be there to help you, so you're never alone. Don't ever feel alone. You've got God with you. You got people that God has sent to be in your life. So, all in all, that's just the way I've begun to see it. Subject I'd like to try and discuss with you all right now. I would like to share with you some of the ways or strategies by which I use to stay active every day of my life right now. And this has always started since 2012, as I have mentioned. So first of all, what I've always done is I've always tried to establish myself a familiar place, such as at the EKU recreation centers where it all started. And then what I would do is I would take each part of my body and I would target each day. But also, after I got out of the EKU Rec Center, I also went into places like Planet Fitness, which is nationwide, and I'm now currently using the Miami Athletic Club Wellness Center, which has proven to work really well for me. But anyways, any gym will do, any fitness center will do. That's what I've always known for me. Anyways, I've always been familiar with the gym. And the best thing to do, I used to start about 3 days a week of working out. And then as time went on, it increased to 4 to 5 days. But the most important thing is to pick each day that you want to work. For example, on Mondays, I will do chest, shoulders, and cardio. Tuesdays, I will do legs, core, and cardio. Wednesday, I will do the elliptical or the arc trainer, which is an advanced machine that I first learned of at Planet Fitness, and it's also used at other gyms in cardio. And then Thursdays were the same as Tuesdays, which is legs, core, and cardio. And Fridays were more or less a easy free day, do whatever you want, which I would use to go beat on a punching bag, or I would go light on the stair steps. Now with the cardio machines, you gotta keep my body guessing with what I do. Like Mondays, I'll do stair steps for about 50 to 60 minutes, and then I'll do treadmill on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the elliptical trainer or the arc trainer on Thursdays, and then I'll do like the stair steps on Fridays. But over and all, that pretty much sums up my typical gym routine. Now I want to leave you with my final thoughts here. Some of my final thoughts include, but are not limited to, always be open-minded to the different ways that people think. Not everybody may think the same way that you would, but that's not always a bad thing. And sometimes you might run into people in life that are different than the way you would act or think or the way that you grew up with. But that's not always a bad thing, and it can often be a blessing in disguise. I always say that different isn't always bad. If anything, it actually can be one of the best things that will ever happen. Not every day is going to be perfect. It's always good to encourage others to keep going. Once again, not every day is going to be perfect. Not every goal is going to get achieved in the same day or the same week. And it'll just take a while. All of us have our bad days. But that doesn't mean that you won't have a bad day the next day. Who knows? So the biggest thing is keep encouraging each other. And all of us can learn from each other in more ways than one. Always be accepting and be positive and be patient. Because it's not just about adaptive fitness, but it is about building quality relationships that will be lifelong and encouraging. And last but not least, if you need any of my email addresses, Facebook profiles, or anything else, a way to contact me, if you have any further questions you want to speak to me, I will not be posting this information on YouTube. Instead, I will be leaving this information with Ellen McMahan, and she has my full permission to disclose that information to you if you ever want to talk to me. So if you have any further questions, I hope you've gotten a little bit out of this short video that I did, then please feel free to reach out to Ellen McMahan and she can put you in contact with me. Have a great day, and thank you very much.